Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 204 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian. We have our players here today, same as always. We have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I think I'll start out with a little boon. Seeing as time has reset itself, until the long rest has ended, which I doubt you'd use it before that. But until the long rest has ended, people who did not use their advantage uh, yet, the extra dice that they could roll for themselves, you may have that ability back. You are set back at that if you have already used it.
Cool.
Um, I'll go ahead and do a quick recap and then we can jump into things. If somebody could just make sure the audio's chill, just because I'm lagging visually for me. So whoever takes a peek, that'd be cool. I'll deal with, I guess, me lagging for me, but not for you guys. Uh, so last time, all of you banded together to have a final stand against a terrible cultist intent on ending humanity. And boy, howdy, did he start with ending at least five humanities right off the bat, didn't he? Uh, the party experienced a TPK and were thrown into the abyss, the nothingness that is after life. But thanks to a wizard they befriended, who later stated that she just did not want to have to deal with it, as she did not invest in a fixer upper when she decided to stay on this continent, and decided it's actually easier if I bring you back to try again instead of me having to fix it. So she politely, nicely, brings you back to the day before this conflict, giving you guys another chance to prepare and plan. Um, there's some inter-party what have yous, but none of my business. Um, you guys reach out to some people you reached out to last time, some new people, and some people that you just like marked off the list, or like, I already know how that phone call goes. I'm not gonna ring them up. Um, and then you guys uh spend some time, and by you guys I mean Nyx and Fen go on a little adventure where Nyx has to slap some sense into Fen to reacquire his arm, not maybe because he deserves it, but because everyone else does. And and voila, an arm. So two arms are back in play for Fen. um, you have Team Russ and Team the Ladies already in play. Alyona is currently at your mansion working on the ring that she made last time, so she has to remake it. So she's currently busy doing that. Um, Honestly, you guys are handling death very well. Good for you. I'm very proud of you. Hero behavior. Uh, keep up the good work. Spiral when the job's done, you know? Crying is for the car ride home, and I believe with that all my heart. Um, Also, some conversations are had with the fire who does not seem to want to talk to Roshan, as he did rip her out of existence. And lucky or not, depending on, I guess, her point of view or yours, she just seems upset, which I think is very valid when you are murdered, and then get to look your murderer in the face. So, pretty valid to not be the happiest about that. Roshan and Nana talk about this, and Roshan's like, listen, you're doing this whole patronship kind of the wrong way. You're not asking for anything. You're not setting guidelines. You're just letting the fire tell you what's happening, and you keep saying yes. So Roshan's happy, I'll use in quotes, content to assist with the fire to some extent in helping free her, as long as Nana knows what she is getting into and gives the go ahead. She ends up talking to the fire, who seems upset and putting out a bit of a different energy than before. It could be because, once again, she is upset. But That's for you to decide if you think it's deeper than that, or once again, uh, being murdered and then being back to be mad about it. But basically, the fire confronts Nana and says, "Listen, Roshan killed me and you betrayed me because you said you wouldn't back down and you did." So honestly, she's like, maybe I should be setting guidelines, but I didn't. Maybe that's my problem. We should write it down on paper, I think is what we're hearing from all parties. But after some back and forth, the fire agrees to, once they are at the tree where a deal can be made, when she is separated from the rest of the shadows and Roshan, that it will be a partnership, that she will be separated and it will be a partnership. Which uh, balls in Nana's court, I suppose, as the fire kind of disappears from that conversation. Uh, Anywho, I think that's where we left off, is everybody getting their honk shoes in. Um, Currently, Alyona is still working in the memory den slash workshop, and is working on the ring. Roshan, if you're kind of in and out, you see at one point she eventually, after many hours, has on a shawl, and is covering herself at least a little more than she was prior, but is working on that. In my mind, everyone is asleep to some extent, but if there's anything we are doing before the end of this long rest, please let me know.
I
How
is
do I have no tissues?
oh no. Nana, I guess after the conversation with the flame, um, may try to make some meditation on everything that preceded in an attempt to try and figure out within herself what kind of guidance Snotra would provide going forward. Just try and like center herself on an intentionality that she can trust.
Okay. You are welcome to come to whatever conclusion you think that may be. Uh, Anybody else late night partying?
Roshan has wants to uh, take a step outside at some point during the night, as kind of a less forceful way to have another word with the shadow, because uh, he knows that she can't be in the mansion alone unless he's also in there. So he'll step outside, and I don't think he necessarily expects to even feel her, but does have a few feelings that he wants to share. Uh, and those are um, I know you're probably not interested in hearing it, but I feel guilt about the way things ended. And just, I hope whatever happens next, you are able to learn and grow and turn into something even more beautiful than you already are. And he doesn't wait for a reply because he doesn't think one is coming. So he'll just turn right back around And I think for the rest of the long rest, Roshan is like fussing, like making sure everything is packed in his bag, and then making sure there is a buffet of breakfast items that are easily held in hand. You don't need plates to eat. Uh, he's getting out of he's getting us out of here. He's shaving seconds off every activity we do,
We
making
getting
sure the
hot
toilet
pockets to
paper
go.
is restocked,
Mm.
everything. Uh, while also uh, taking time to sit and rest.
As you turn to make your way inside, you hear a voice, but it is not close. It is as if the sound is carried on the wind from alleys and alleys over. As a show of good faith, tell me in detail what happened.
Um, yeah, I think Roshan, whose hand was on the doorknob, uh, turns around and leans against the wall, and he tells the short story of everything after her screams echoing in his ears.
She stops you. The whole thing.
Where should I start?
The equivalent of now.
Roshan thinks back, and I don't think he did anything exciting in the night last night other
Hmm.
than uh like assist Eliona. So then he picks up with the morning. He says how everyone left to go through a teleportation circle at a stationery store, and we ended up in Snow's Way and journeyed to the edge of the forest where we met uh, our assassin friend question mark,
Mm.
and she told us the three areas, or roughly where those three areas would be. We marched in, uh, let one group off close to their area, and then turned into mist and flew to the second area and then the third. And as soon as we could, we dropped the magic and charged into battle. It took time to make it across the battlefield, and um, then we started falling. I was working on the orb, and one by one we fell. I needed just a few seconds more, but I was the only one left. And I spat in Yord's face, and and then it was very quiet, and then it was very loud. And then we're back.
Is there anything, if there are points where more clarification are given, is there anything about the combat that you leave out?
I don't think so.
Okay. She does not respond when you finish. It is quiet in this alley.
I think Roshan is slightly frustrated about that, but then will go about his night making sure to check in on Aliona, and I believe she finished early morning. But
Yeah, she seems to be going at a bit of a slower pace, but you think it's still on track to be around that time, maybe slightly later, but she did finish last time before everyone woke up.
yeah,
So still on an okay path. One of the times you start making your rounds, you see that Alyona's out in the main area and she's trying to talk to the mist and explain something to them, and they don't seem to be picking up on what she's putting down, and she just like motions them away with her hand. And when she like flicks her wrist, you watch as the mist spreads aggressively and then like kind of like slowly creeps back into its position. Um, and Alyona looks over at you and kind of motions a finger and then walks back into the workshop.
he'll follow her.
So after getting to observe, learning more, I am incredibly confident, she says as she holds the ring and looks at it, that it worked. But I'm very sure the user was killed. I'm pretty confident of that. And the thing is, I have done a better job, I think, knowing what I know. I still think it is very likely it will kill the wearer. But it will do its job. So, would you
Thank you
like
for
my
telling me.
advice on what you should do?
Absolutely.
I think you should tell the wearer what will happen, what could happen. I would not tell anybody else. That's what I would do.
Okay.
But your choice. Uh, because I think the wearer will take it. I think people who care for the wearer won't. You see?
Yeah. I think Roshan feels that like a weighted cloak, and it holds him down to earth. Um, and he says, "Yeah, eh, do you need any help? Did you need something from materials?"
You're welcome to help if you like. I'm not sure if you will get you know, your rest in.
No, no, I should definitely. It just looked like you were trying to explain something to the mist, and
Oh, they don't understand. I was trying to find a certain type of food. They seemed confused. I'm not going to. So I let them figure something out. So they're, I'm sure, back in their little kitchens figuring it out.
okay, all right. Thank you again for doing this.
Well, it was a mostly selfish choice, if that makes you feel any better.
Ah, it makes me feel.
Mm, good. And she like clasps you on the shoulder. Ah, well, I'm gonna get back to it. And she like reaches up towards the image of the orb, and you watch like the magic on her fingers dig into your magic from your memories and like aggressively turns it manually, like pulling it around uh to manipulate your memories that you placed into here and observe more closely what she wants to look at.
Great. Uh, Roshan will go and drink a gallon of chamomile tea,
Ooh, how fun.
um, and wait for morning to come.
Ooh. Okay. I think I am confident to say that a long rest has taken place and morning has come, very early morning. All of you wake up, everything is already ready for you in the breakfast department. You have most of your allies currently with you physically. You are waiting on a couple, but currently you have some who are ready to go. Um, what are we doing? Actually, silly me. I'll do something. I'll go first, guys. Hold on. Me first. Uh, Nana, you wake up and are like, and you can smell breakfast
Mm.
wafting through this weird non-Euclidean space. And you immediately feel a presence next to you and darkness in the room. As a condition, so that I can feel more confident in our agreement, would you please explain to me everything that happened last time from this moment forward? And does Nana relay everything that happened? And is there anything that she leaves out?
I think Nana relays it truthfully, best as she can remember it. It's from her perspective, but I don't think it changes much from Roshan's.
And then there is silence. And the smell of breakfast and the light in the space returns. Anything before you guys start marching?
Yeah. Roshan would like to talk to Russ. I think he'll say in Russ's mind, uh, I think Russ knows by now for sure how to get to the bathhouse of the bath. So I think
We'll say
Roshan
canonically,
will.
sure.
Nick
I'm sure.
must
I
have
think he's
surely
been
shown
down
it to
there
him at some
at this
point.
point. Maybe one night. Maybe the night we forgot. Who knows? Who knows? Uh, Roshan will just tell him, "I need to speak with you. It's urgent. Downstairs." And Roshan will inconspicuously slip away.
Nix, you watch this man, like, he's like mid sentence and stops and goes like wide, like he's listening intently to something. He's like, right, I'm needed for an urgent matter.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Uh,
and he gets up and you didn't tell him not to tell anybody, and also it wouldn't have worked if you did.
It's true. It's Nick's. It's
He would
Nick's
have
and
told
Russ.
Nick.
oh, right there.
Uh, you watch he does not do this inconspicuously. Nix, you watch as he does the little figure eight to get into the bathhouse.
Uh, Roshan is like 6 steps down, pacing on a single step, and looks up to Russ, probably with crazy eyes, like,
Mm. Uh, Russ is gonna sit on the steps, so you guys are at like a closer level. So he just like sits down and like just looks at you quietly.
I think Roshan wrings his hands because he doesn't know how else to say this. Um, but he says, "I think last time you died, and I think And I think Roshan just starts like weeping, and he says, "And I think you might die this time, and I don't know if we can stop it, but the ring the ring probably worked, but I think it killed you last time, and Alyona, she's not sure that it's enough to protect you this time."
He like puts a hand on your shoulder. Okay. Thanks for telling me, Angel. Is there anything else?
Alyona said I probably shouldn't tell anyone else. Um, do you, do you think I should?
No, I don't think so.
Um, how does Russ look?
Um, go ahead and roll insight.
Oh, that's almost as bad as Roshan can roll, a 17.
Wow. This man is not actively trying to hide his emotions from you. There is a bit of a sadness there. You can see it a bit in his eyes. But acceptance much more so. He is content with this choice. There's no falter in that choice.
Well, then Roshan won't try to hug him because that's soothing for himself. So I think he'll turn around and walk to the bottom of the stairs and have a 30-second power cry, and then use some prestidigitation to look normal again and walk back upstairs.
Yeah. Russ comes back up, goes and sits next to Nix and continues his breakfast.
And then Roshan comes and has another cup of tea.
And Nick's just looking between them, trying to gauge what is going on.
Um,
Like,
How does she insight that?
how do I insight this very short conversation?
you know what? I think honestly, I feel like Russ is a bit chill about the choice, but I will make him roll against it. I also have Roshan roll against it. So deception from Roshan and Russ, and then insight from Nyx.
25.
Yeah, I got a 16.
I got like a 10 maybe. um Prestidigitation only does so much. I think you can tell that Roshan was crying.
She's not going to call him out in front of the whole group at breakfast.
Not at
She might.
breakfast.
Not at breakfast.
I feel like this has been a theme where it's like we don't confront people at breakfast.
That's
Yeah,
And
no. It's like it's
I
the
think this
first
has
meal of the
happened before
day.
That's
where
for
we didn't
lunch.
Yeah.
confront people at breakfast. Um,
Like even before breakfast is rougher, so.
but you can tell that like Russ also the fact that he's just like didn't say anything about it, like I think that's telling enough that it's like interesting. Breakfast comes to its normal conclusion of food being eaten and no conflict happening. Um, Anything as you are marching or before you march? What are we doing?
I think while we are marching, I think that Nana's going to kind of like sidle over close to Roshan and ask him, did did she speak with you also?
Um, I went outside and spoke to her, but we didn't have much of a conversation.
She wanted to know how things went, so I hope you don't mind. I just laid it all out.
It worries me that she. Oh, I don't know what she wants, but I hope she's found it.
I think she just wants. I think she just wants to live. I really do. I think she just wants to exist and to be her own thing, whatever. Whatever she could be at this point, whatever she could be in the future. I think genuinely that is what she wants. She wants to be free. And I'd like to give that to her because no point in punishing her or you. So,
I hope that through you she finds that freedom. She deserves it, but she's like a wildfire kept in a jar.
well,
But I think she can be so much more.
I really think so. I do. Um, I'm honestly hopeful for what we can discover to make of ourselves. I think that if we can succeed in this, if we can just live through today, I think we can do something good with what's left.
Well, here's to tomorrow.
And many more
And
after.
I think Roshan reaches out to Nyx telepathically and says, "The Shadow and I have come to an understanding. I think. I hope we can trust her."
Ball's in your court, Nyx. The ball has been passed all the way into Nyx's court. If she wants to make choices now. But the information has been fed down to her, and she can decide to do as she pleases. Um, all of you make your way to the humble charcoals and inks and papers shop, which is open very early. How interesting. Um, Once again, you get to go through the fun rigmarole of a horse in an ink shop and eventually are kind of forced into a this teleportation circle that feels very small. Um, and if
I
there's nothing else for Jarlsbecker,
no, I don't think. I think like Jarl Nana grabbed a couple coffees on the way out from the tavern and passes one to the sleepy attendant at the shop here, and we'll give one to the other person provided it doesn't get, I don't know, discombobulated when we transfer.
I love when you guys say shit. I love when you
Yeah,
say things.
cool, neat, fun. I'm gonna get
Perfect.
burned interdimensionally by hot coffee.
At least it was, it's probably not as hot as it could have been.
It's true.
Um, you guys were walking in the snow.
Yeah,
It's probably a little
lukewarm.
cold by now. All of you step in and feel that sensation of your body being like pulled apart and forced through time and space and then put back together again. Nana, give me a dexterity saving throw to
Okie
hold on to
dokie.
this gift.
We'll see if it works. Ha.
who's wearing it.
It's a plus 8. 29.
Yeah, you got coffee in your hand.
Hell yeah.
If I was like with a 29,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the coffee's everywhere.
That's true. That would be wild. That would be a buck wild trip through the interdimensional
Sorry. Oops.
bypass.
You all begin to make your way out, and the hot iron kind of steps forward, like as people are funneling out of the room, and like kind of corrals and Nix and Keld to the side. If something happens, I would be appreciative if you are able to get my body home. And I understand if you can't, but I would be appreciative.
If something happens, of
If.
course. If.
Thank you.
Oh, but not that you need it. Keld's gonna give him the potion of heroism.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you don't have that yet. But when you walk outside, you can hand it to him from the basket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't
You're
remember
like,
if that was a
hold
basket
on.
item or not.
Now hold
It
on.
is a basket item.
We know you're gonna get this. Just give us 2 seconds.
Yes.
Hold on, I have a gift for you. Give
Don't
me
think about
You
it.
reach into your bag, it's not there. You're like, hold on.
We gotta go outside to get it.
Okay. You are greeted with the basket from Marcher. It looks different. You can see that the items inside do not exactly mirror the ones from last time. Not exactly. And the note also just reads, as requested, enjoy, Marcher. Um, this time you did not invoke Corrine's name, and you were maybe not as polite in his letter this time, as you just said, give us a basket. It was basically the message. Uh, he's like, okay, bet. Um, I will open the curtain a little. I rolled randomly to see which item changed in the scramble of time.
Oh boy.
So one random item is now a different item as you pull out 3 healing potions, 1 superior healing item, 1 oil of sharpness, 1 potion of heroism, 1 necklace of prayer beads, and the new Ring of the Ram, replacing the healing necklace that was there prior. As I will just assume Roshan either looks at it real hard or has 10 minutes to figure out what it is, but the replacement is the Ring of the Ram.
Okay. Yeah. Roshan, on the way to the forest, will
We'll figure
cast
that out.
that, and we can hand out potions in the same way. Who had a superior?
I took
that
the
Nana?
superior. I took the
Fen
superior.
had a superior, and we have 2 lessers. Roshan took 1, and I think we gave 1 to Qualis.
Russ's team.
Yeah.
I think Russ's
Yes.
team has 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you also give him the Rod of Wonder again?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good to know. The Rod of Wonder back in Qualis's possession.
Nice.
And then interesting ring. It's a ring of, well, it'll help you push your way through. I can't remember what it does.
So it gives you have 3 charges. You can use it to attack a creature you can see within 60 feet of you, and it produces a spectral ram's head that makes its attack roll with a +7 bonus to hit.
Nice.
So on a hit for each charge, 2d10 force damage, pushed away 5 feet.
A hot iron. This is a sweet ring. You want it?
Sure, thank you. He'll take it.
And his potion.
So he has his potion of heroism and he has the ring of the ram. Um, uh, we'll be a little loose with time here, but as you all make your way originally out of the shop, uh, you see sort of standing back to the door a good bit away, looking out in the direction of the forest, a human woman. She looks to be in her 50s. She has tan skin and long, dark, coiled hair. Uh, she is wearing resplendent golden armor and has a beautiful but very heavy and long looking sword at her side. It looks like a Zweihander, like it's a massive beast of a thing. And she has her helm under her other arm. And she turns and looks back. And before that even happens, you hear three squeals, just very muffled, from the ladies as Mizrone, the mother of the sworn, turns and approaches you. Uh, Ladies, it is an honor to see you again. Could somebody explain to me what we are doing so I know if it is worth my time? And she smiles. They look at you guys
That makes
as the
sense.
experts on the
Yeah.
scenario.
Yeah. I
We're,
would
we're saving the world.
from very imminent destruction and widespread death and chaos. We can prove this very definitively.
The guard's trying to open up a portal to somewhere else, and it's the
Mm.
antithesis of us.
Okay.
He's summoning a whole bunch of corrupted shit.
You're starting to talk my language. And she smiles. Okay. Um, then, follow-up question. I have not been a general in quite some time, so I will leave it to you. What are you expecting of me? What is my job?
We expect quite a deal of corrupted creatures to uh, make attacks upon us. We'd love the assistance of anyone who takes joy in cutting them down, returning them to the earth, stopping them from rising again if possible. Um, just glad to have you along.
We'll need a good bit of what's the word? Cutting down minions, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Crowd
She
control.
They
she
tend to
turns and
pop up a
focuses.
lot.
Okay, so what I am doing is trying to keep your backs clear while you focus on an objective.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's the one.
The objective.
Right.
Well, one of
Okay.
three, but the objective.
Well, that'll be your objective. You have given me mine.
And at some point, they might all disappear, and then you could help us fight a much larger thing.
Sounds fun. Um, do I have compatriots? And she like looks over the crowd of people in front of her. Or is it just me doing a big old dance by myself?
Oh no, you've got some dance partners.
Oh, you can keep elaborating if you'd like to. And she smiles. At that point, you see exiting the ink shop a young woman. She has a large, intricate braid, uh, tribal tattoos that go across her face and over her scalp. Um, Danelle walks onto the scene, looking like a little groggy, like it's a little early for her. But she comes over and just kind of like gives like a quick like hello and wave. It's not like you guys are super close, but she's like, hey, that corrupted
Corruption's
shit is
corruption.
that other shit was wild. Corruption's one thing. Whatever was happening, that other stuff is a different thing. So she's here. And the mother of the sworn looks to you expectantly, like, and like, who's my team?
Let me see.
We'll
We
guide
have this
her
planned out.
towards us, right?
That's
Or
I think
us
towards
that was the
five
plan.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
plus Danelle plus the hot iron. And her, right?
Think
We're keeping
And
everybody?
they're
was that
are they
right?
working on your objective or are they working on my objective?
Well, Danelle, uh, there's going to be an unpleasant woman there. Uh, Wields a pair of swords. Uh, Causes problems for everyone. There's someone else around here, and Ven's gonna look over towards where he found.
So you guys are still in town.
Okay. Uh, we'll. There's another friend who also wants to see this woman dead, but uh, I think she could use some help uh, with this woman.
Pinning her
Uh,
down, perhaps.
yeah, keeping her engaged um, so that damage can be done in more precise ways. But she is quite a lot to handle. Uh, Stood toe to toe with the best of us, and she's still here. So I think that's the best use of your talents.
Danelle raises her eyebrow. Oh, okay. I'll do my best with your enemy that you could not fell. And you guys hear, excuse me, pardon me, as a man walks by with like a wheelbarrow and like makes his way across the street. And you see somebody lean out the window. Ah, Ted. Hey, I'll take one. And this guy kind of goes over with his wheelbarrow and takes like this bag out and hands it to this guy, and he like leans back in. And as your world kind of spreads out, there are people in this town. They are not evacuated.
Hmm.
Oh.
So you want me to cover this enemy?
We've got there's an enormous threat um, that we need to fell. Has potential to become an even bigger threat. We expect to encounter quite a bit of corruption. We need to make sure that Roshan is able to disarm a device that is going to wreak havoc across the continent. Um, this major enemy, I think that at least three of us need to focus on it and the protection of Roshan while he does his job. I'll be able to do a little bit of damage here and there wherever I'm needed. But this enemy, Sunny is her name, has proven to be an enormous thorn in our sides, and I don't expect that it will be different this time. And I think that your set of skills might be best for dealing with her, uh, particularly paired with another friend we hope to bring to the encounter.
You watch as Ms. Roan, who had like stepped to the side and has been talking to the hot iron, comes back over. Uh, how much information do you have? Like intel on this encounter?
Oh, we've done quite extensive research on this, and Ven will give a layout of uh, what he anticipates the battlefield to look like and what we expect to encounter, uh, without letting on that we've been through this before and failed once before.
Yeah, roll deception.
I don't think I had anything to that. I think it's a 14. Hold on, let me check one whole time. It's 14.
Okay. She looks to you. Listen, I'm following all of your leads on this. Let me put in the information that I currently have. So, first off, I am not worried about me. I think that is a number I can work with. The pace at which they stand up is interesting, and could cause an issue with swarming if not handled appropriately. Um, if they do not seem to stay down. Um, and this aggressive terrain, as it were, that causes constant damage. Um, so, my friend here and I, the hot iron, neither of us are capable of healing. So, we are at a bit of a disadvantage. I brought a couple potions with me, but that is for a pinch.
I think you, the hot iron, and Danelle can focus on keeping our backs clear, and I suppose that includes her name's Sunny. We'll have two
Yeah.
swords.
Okay. I guess I will. And she like her eyes scan the group and then slowly like stay on Ms. Roan as like, and I'm going to. And like this woman just exudes authority is the thing. She stands in this space like, "Oh, I'm not a general," and then she stands there like that, and it's like, okay, hold on, I feel like you are.
Well,
So
Fen will give his normal potion of healing, the one that he's been lugging around with him, not using forever, to uh, the hot iron, and I'm quick. I can get to where I need to be generally. Um, I'm capable of healing. Most of us are. Roshan's the only one who will be entirely preoccupied and not be able to help out when needed. The battlefield will be, we anticipate, will be fluctuating in plastic to some degree.
Difficult to navigate at
Um,
best, a lot of them.
uh, Changing, and we'll move people to where we need them to be. But I think we should go in with this focus. Roshan having the most important job, and the rest of us dealing with Bosch, who's, we have every reason to believe, being becoming an enormous problem, and Sunny being again a thorn in our side, something to be kept off of us. The corruption not staying away.
okay.
I think that's enough explanation. Do you have any questions, or can we get moving?
No, I think my team and I will set up as best as we can to keep people off of your backs, uh, dealing with the larger crowd first, and if we see an opening, we will send our speedier combatants over to assist.
Perfect.
I think so.
Thank
And
you.
she kind of motions the two of them to like walk with her. And when you catch glimpses, like you catch little glimpses of their conversation, it's them elaborating on their abilities and what they are capable of. And it sounds like coming up with their own like plan. Like, what is the best way that we can try to cover their asses on two different fronts? Um, as you hear it referred to. Those are the words used. So they're trying to figure that out as they walk. Um, you leave this town that you begin to hear people getting up and going about their days. You leave it behind. Um, maybe something in your timeline was different. Maybe it was just something natural that changed. You're welcome to speculate. But you make your way towards the forest, and I suppose the next thing to do is wait for your final party member, and that's where we're going to take our break. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Go get a snack and a drink, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Dan.
My mouse was nowhere near the button. Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 204 of On the Backs of Gods. I was a little distracted because of the way Josh and Greg were waving. It was like in unison, so it looked like Greg's hand was going into Josh's window, and I was just like, Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a second."
Have we entered the Matrix?
I have
We
a
are in
question.
sync.
But you all make your way to the edge of the forest. You are currently waiting for Gunhild. Is there anything you guys want to accomplish while waiting?
Is this after we've done all of our dropping people off, or are we still going through
This
that?
is before that.
Okay.
You have not stepped foot into the woods yet. You are standing at the edge.
I'm trying to remember when I took my potions last time. I don't know if it was
Well,
before or after.
if they last an hour, I mean, it depends on when you think you will be within an hour of the combat.
You
think-
took them right before the combat.
Yeah,
last
okay.
time.
Then I'm gonna do that again. So nothing right now, I think. Did we have our little chat?
You guys haven't done anything yet. If there's
Yeah.
something you want to do, you are welcome to.
Next is gonna ask Russ what happened.
Ooh,
So I could tell he was crying. Is this something I don't want to know about? As you're not normally you just tell me things when I should know them.
Mm. If you ask me, I'll tell you. I don't think you want to know.
Is it something I should know?
I don't think it is something that you could affect.
Okay. And I'll leave it.
All right. And he like cups the back of your neck and like kisses you on the forehead.
She's just gonna go through the list in her head of everything she has to do, like in the 60 seconds before this fight starts.
Mm-hmm. Um,
I think that while we're in waiting and Gunhild still hasn't shown up, I think Nana might kind of like inquire with, I believe it was Gressa who was the Snotra
Yep.
follower. I think she would like to kind of like tap Gressa and ask her, how do you prepare for a battle that you feel like you've done everything you can for, but you're not sure it's going to be enough?
Usually, if it's something that I prepared for, I go in with the mindset that it has to be. I believe if I am doing my best, I will get the outcome that I am meant to get. I don't believe in fate. I do not think it is that. I think it is if I give my best, if I prepare in the way that I know I can, I will get that outcome. Is that outcome sometimes failure? Yes. I have failed many times. And I've learned from those moments. And that's what makes me feel confident about the next combat, the next scenario, the next encounter, social situation. Every time I fail, I learn from it.
I am trying, and I like to think I've learned the right things from what I've failed to do. How do you make peace with what you've prepared?
Well, firstly, I go in knowing that I am not the only one dwelling on a situation. And she looks over at the ladies. Uh, I believe where I have shortcomings, they fill that place and bolster me. I believe if there is something I am blind to, one of them is not. That is the best I can do, is know that I am doing my best and that the people around me that I trust are doing their best. And I know, no matter what, the two people over there are doing their best. That's all we can do, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm.
I wish you all the very best. I think you're going to be amazing.
I am very content and certain that we did not die. And she smiles and makes her way back over to the group. And then they do their ritual of pulling their letters out of their bags and showing them to each other, and then putting them away, where each of them watches which pocket in their bags they put them away in. Russ goes and does his conversation with his team, where he gives them an out again, so that they may turn back. None of them do. Um, you see at there's now a third team off to the side, still talking, um, and you see that the mother of the sworn keeps like really like grabbing the hot iron shoulder and like talking like directly towards him, and like it looks like she's putting a lot of focus on him, like she's really working on bolstering this man. And I would say if anybody has an insight of like 17 or higher, you can see that she sees him as not a weak link, but the weakest link on her team, and is making sure that he is not uncomfortable and that he is going to be at his best, that he is not too nervous, that he can perform the best he can. So she is focusing on him. She thinks him capable. You feel she would tell you if she thought he was not capable. You believe that. But she sees him as like, hey, you can't panic. You cannot falter or you will die. She is bolstering him, trying to save his life. So that's currently one of her focuses as the three of them talk. Um, and you see that he keeps a pretty stoic face as he talks with his team. Um, at one point, he kind of like goes and he's like, um, "Right, I'll put it away." And he takes the potion and he goes and he like sets his bag down, and then he like looks up and he like picks his bag back up and steps to the side. "Apologies, ma'am," and kind of steps to the side for somebody to walk past him in the nothingness that is there. And you see Gunhild sort of like fizzle into existence and like look at him and then walk past him, and then he goes back to putting stuff in his bag. Okay, who has a map?
Right here.
She goes ahead, same as last time, pulls out this stiletto dagger, bink bink, and hits two spots on the map. This is where two of the locations are. I'm pretty sure the third one is somewhere in the middle.
All right. About how far out, by your estimate?
To get to the furthest location, it'll probably be nightfall.
On foot, right, but
We have other ways of getting us there. We can get there very promptly. I'll take, um, I'll take Thor's group. Nix, do you want to take Russ's group?
Yeah, we can split. However,
And I'll bring all of us along, the rest of us along. Nix, meet us there at the middle point. I think we've got a pretty good idea, and Fern will point at the map in the middle where he has a fairly good idea of uh, a little better than chance at this point idea of where this place might be.
maybe he like nudges it a little to one side just so he doesn't look too accurate to anybody else.
Yeah, throw him off. Don't let him know that you know exactly where to go.
Yeah.
Kill time.
No.
No.
Gunhild, we've brought some help for you. Um, hopefully we can. Hopefully they can help you keep Sunny off her balance.
We
We don't
really
want you.
need.
We don't want you throwing your life away needlessly. We know your strengths and your weaknesses, and I think we've brought along what we need to let you be the best you can.
Okay, Dad. I'll do my best. Shit. And she looks at Keld. I mean, if you can't pick up the slack, I guess I'll do it.
Mm. He's gonna hand her a little bottle of Kellen's poison.
That's very spicy.
What's this? She's looking at Keld.
Um,
Do not get it on you.
something that will hopefully stop Sunny. You should put it on your blade.
Okay, thanks. I was
But be
gonna
careful.
throw it at her,
I would recommend applying it to the blade.
Yeah, okay.
It should be quite potent. We're not sure exactly how potent, but quite.
Okay, I'll need a minute. And she puts it in her bag.
And I wanted to know, actually, Gunhild, I've an item that I've been holding on to from a friend. I don't know if you may have a desire for it. It allows you to force something to work when perhaps it ought not, but it does come with a caveat. Something will go wrong, something of an equal caliber somewhere down the line. But if you think that it might be worthwhile having a guaranteed shot, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, if you don't want that.
I
Shit.
think that if you've got your full sights set where they need to be, I think you'll know exactly
Her
where to put
hand's
it.
already out.
Nana will give her the amulet of foresight.
She like spins it around on her finger. Now, if you guys are too big of pussies to use it, I'll use it.
I think you'll know exactly how to use it best. Just be mindful, it will be equal in retribution later down the line.
Yeah,
Just so
that's
you know.
usually how shit goes anyways.
Just wanted you to know the score.
Yep.
I hope it helps. And for what it's worth, I think that between all of this and all of us, we've got a good chance.
Okay, Mom, I'm ready.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Got my parents at my back. I guess I'll go kill a woman.
We're both rangers. We take after one another. What do you want?
For you to leave me the fuck alone, but we could deal with that after. We can, never see each other again after this.
I
But
think
for right
that would
now,
be perfectly amicable.
ah, wipes the fake sweat away. Okay, how are you guys splitting the teams? How windwalking? Who have what? Who windwalk where?
Finn will take the OG team or the base crew minus Nyx and uh and Thor's party. Drop Thor's party where they need to go. Bring the rest of us, and Nyx can take Russ's party to where they need to go and rejoin us. We can all materialize when we reach the center point together.
Okay, and who has Ms. Roan the Hot Iron and Danelle?
Um, so that's
Hang on, wait.
4 plus.
You can have two of them and I'll take one.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I was like, I know it fits
It
nicely.
fits. There's 18 of us
Yeah.
total.
Yeah, I was about to say it fits nicely, but it was just like, and they start jogging, and
Oh no.
they start running through that forest. They'll be there by, midday. They'll be there. Okay,
Breathing very hard.
okay. You all begin to make your way for the most of you for the second time, some of you for the first time, into the forest. Now, we can't forget. This is a different timeline. Each of you is going to roll one dice that represents an NPC.
Oh boy.
Each of you get to roll two different dice for two different NPCs. We'll go down the list. Kyle, would you roll me a d20?
15.
Okay. Mark.
13.
Katie.
12.
Josh.
4.
Okay. Greg.
13.
Kyle.
12.
Mike.
15.
Katie.
17.
Josh.
18.
Greg.
12.
Okay. You all begin to make your way through the forest. I would love a group stealth check.
I'll be using the staff for my section.
So pass without trace.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll add 10 to this. Separate group. Okay.
20.
26.
19.
9.
17.
Clump, 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 clump.
Okay. Very similar to last time. A lot less trekking, though. You just get to be wisps of wind a bit longer. You go and with Gunhild leading in the Gunhild with the far team.
Gunhild with Fenn's team.
Okay, so
The
Okay.
near, I
Yeah.
think. The near team.
Fenn, Thor.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Don't listen to me.
also, hey, me as Jillian, there's no reason that the teams can't stay together, by the way. You can all fly together, drop off people, fly together, drop off people, return to the middle.
Yeah, I guess we'll do that then.
It's
That'd probably be
processed.
easier.
And
Um,
does not waste time, I don't think.
it just keeps you together. It makes it so that you do not land down in separate places when you meet in the middle. Um, So Gunhild takes the lead, seemingly once again content to be in this form. You go to the first location through the forest. You drop off Russ's team. You make your way through the forest at rapid speeds. You drop off the ladies. You make your way back to the middle where Gunhild begins to slow down and begins to twine her way through the location. She'll roll with advantage. Now, this Russ dice is really mad about something, and she's rolling for your allies currently. And she's furious. But the other dice is decent enough to cooperate. Um, After a bit of moving through the forest, she eventually stops and lowers herself down to the ground. I'm assuming, followed by both teams of wisps. And then you all have to spend a minute waiting for your bodies to turn back to normal. And she looks over at you and then begins to make her way forwards through the underbrush.
If we are going to be walking and talking, Nana does want to ask Roshan, will I need to be close to you at a certain point in order to do this?
I think she'll find you.
Okay. All right. So I shouldn't have to be close to the tree?
I think so.
Okay.
Everyone slow up for a moment. And Fen will drop to a knee. And he'll pull the bead for planar ally. And he will call upon the goddess, the Jotun Scotty. As the bearer of Scotty's bow, I beseech your aid. Please protect this man. And he'll push that bead into Roshan's chest.
Hello. And there is a breeze that catches the air, and like the space around you kind of encapsulates itself. It becomes small. The rest of the world quiet. I see I am running into something quite extraordinary. Well, then, what is your trade? This seems complicated.
Whatever you ask of me, just this man must live till sundown.
Quite pricey. I will accept deals from anyone on behalf of Scotty.
You have my devotion and my service until the day I fall.
Mm. I am unsure currently if that is enough, but I will consider it for a moment while we're here in this space. Hmm.
Let's not think beyond this battle too much. If you can protect me through the battle, that should be enough.
To be fair, you are presenting with me something that is quite difficult in the sense of that I am supposed to what, make you immortal for 24 hours? I am not sure that is something I can easily bargain.
Just ward attacks off of him. Let him be the last of us to fall.
I will try my best in combat, but some things I am not able to promise without great, great boons in return.
I'll pay whatever price.
You all called me here. Does anybody have something better? And if you do not, I will base what I am able to do on behalf of Scotty on what I have been given. And I will do my best based on that deal. If that is the deal.
Should he die, let me die in his place.
See, you all are so sweet. I am sorry if I came in so aggressive as I did. That is not how my deals work, sadly. I can accept your first deal, and I will do my best to aid your companion. But I cannot promise more than my abilities as they are.
May we ask, where do your abilities excel?
From what I believe the lady will allow me to give with that trade, that I can be a great boon in the sense of speed, in the sense of agility. I can, of course, fight when need be. I can take hits, as it were, but I can only take so many. Um, I can heal to an extent, and I will do my best as I can. But I am best in the department of quickness.
Then your blessing when we reach the battlefield would be a great boon.
I see. Then I will grant you speed and this entity that you can't really see, but you know is there, turns its focus to you. I will listen to your requests as long as they align with my original uh, calling. If there's something you wish me do that you think will help you survive, then I will do it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Of course. And that bubble sort of warbles and fades off as wind picks up around you, and a spectral horse made of wind and circling leaves enters into the space, majestic and beautiful and ready to do its best.
It's a beautiful, beautiful form.
You see it looks to you and it makes like it sounds like the beginning of like a neigh, but it just is like the sound of a breeze through the trees.
Well, every boon in a storm, I suppose. I hope that this will help.
The
Should do.
horse kneels. Yeah? Yes,
I'm sorry.
Joshua?
The only thing I can think of is Roshan telling the fire, "You better call her good girl again, or she's gonna turn full on horse girl."
She's gonna go horse girl right now.
Oh no.
Gunhild's still around?
Um, Gunhild is currently leading you all forward.
Okay. Um, Fenn's gonna like jog up to like meet her pace. We all believe in you. We all want what's best, and we know you can do this. And he'll pull the prayer bead for Bless and give it to Gunhild.
So bless only lasts for a minute, and if you pull it
Oh,
off and try to give it to somebody, its ability will fade. So you
oh,
can't like
all right.
deal them out.
Never
You just
mind.
give her a
All
pat
right.
on the back real good.
All right. Yep.
Yep,
All right.
Um, she squints at you and then continues forward, unsure why everyone is trying to hype her up so aggressively. Um, but she's like, okay, okay, everybody. Now I'm freaking out. Everybody's trying to hype me up. Uh, they're doing it for that guy over there because he's weak. What the fuck?
No, girl, no,
Wow,
no,
listen.
no.
Feels was like, you guys don't believe
No,
in me, which
not in the
fine.
least. No, that's couldn't be further from the truth.
That's what they all say. I need a group stealth check. All of you are under the pass without trace, I believe, currently. So you can add 10.
Mm. 23.
Wow.
20.
36.
35. Damn it.
26.
Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. You all make your way forward as quietly as you can, and you feel like you are walking with purpose and quite stealthily. Keld, at least you can compare to your last time where you're like, I feel like I'm doing a much better job. Uh, you make your way forward, and Gunhild eventually stops and like immediately like drops down and begins like takes out like this poison and immediately begins putting it on her
Oh
dagger.
yeah, we're
We're
getting into
taking the
that
cue.
shit.
Okay.
We're getting into that shit.
You see she immediately starts doing that the second she stops moving. You can see before you a familiar clearing with lush green grass where there is no snow atop it. You can see that the trees overhead are lined with symbols of Yord, twisted together with many colors of twine. You now are pretty confident is hair from so many people.
So that
Um,
didn't change from the Toodles timeline.
no,
Oh no.
he's been doing that the whole time, collecting hair. Why would that be different?
Oh god.
That wouldn't change. Um,
Cool. Good to
The
know.
familiar scent of decay hits your nose. It is once again beautiful, except for the circles and circles of corpses that line around the center of this hill. About to get to the center, around 250 feet away. Um, you can see that it is comprised of uh, humanoid bodies and animal bodies, going from varying circles. The corpses currently lie still. You can see that some corpses are smattered across the battlefield. You recognize them as things that will probably stand up quite soon. And there is also, easily to clock for all of you, the strange birds on the tree lines. You can see that Sunny is currently in the process of like cutting off a long chunk of her hair and like twisting it around some of these Yord symbols. And she stabs one into the ground. It looks like she has two currently made. Um, she makes no looks towards the center where Bosch stands, the familiar, emaciated, pallid form, uh, dirty old cloak, um, body just seeming tired and withered, standing in the center, turns his head to the side, and you can see the arrow dug deep into his jaw. You can see that Sunny cuts off another chunk of hair and starts on the next one. By the time you look back down, Gunhild is gone. Is there anything you guys are doing in this time if you have it?
I have a bunch of spells I need to cast during this timeline.
I have a fair few little like preparations to put on myself. Yes.
Yes,
At
they all
least
must be
3.
verbalized to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
Everyone
love
must
to have
verbalize it, please.
done water walk while we were walking,
Okay.
because lasts an hour, so
Okay.
covers 10 people, so that should be everyone in our group.
All right.
I would like to take my piece of candy.
That too.
Piece of candy.
If you have a
Ooh,
candy,
piece of
roll a
candy.
d8.
Candy.
8.
Um, Fen, you have resistance against lightning damage and immunity against damage from the magic missile spell. That feels like what you got last time.
I think
Is
it
that what you
is.
got last time?
That's
I
so
think it is.
great.
Ah, there you go.
7.
You have, well, that is the same one. Yes, you have resistance to poison damage and advantage on ability checks to escape grapples or restraints.
That's convenient for me. I don't
Yep,
have to
remember
change it.
that.
I got a 5.
Um,
Is
you
it the
gain a
climbing
climbing.
speed?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we got the same stuff. Good.
The Toodles
Uh,
timeline is persisting in some weird ways.
no changes there.
Nice.
Some things the same, most things different. That the same. Um, anything else from Nyx? I'll stick to one
So many
person at a
spells.
time. Tell me about it.
Fen is getting freedom of movement on him.
And that's a action to cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're conjuring some animals.
Okay.
Two giant birds, I believe.
Yes. Entering onto the scene, two giant patoos enter into the space. Just terrible birds. In the
They're
area.
beautiful. And then she's gonna grab the staff and walk up to a tree and put her hand on it and wake it up.
This tree pulls its. Here's my question: Are you guys trying to just knock these out as quick as you can?
I think I'll put that one as close to when I think we're running in as possible.
Okay.
So I think that one's a little more obvious that things are happening in the woods.
It it'll be probably very obvious when the big trees start moving.
Yeah. But it's out there. Everyone knows it's happening. I'm also going to activate symbiotic entity for me.
Okay.
And I'll give the hot iron long strider so he has 10 extra feet of movement.
Okay. Who else is doing things?
Roshan takes a draft of fire resistance, and then when it looks like Keld is almost finished with his oiling, he will cast haste.
Haste.
Okay. And I'm assuming that also gets thrown up. Probably once you see that tree move, you're like, and haste.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Anyone else? You see that the horse,
Keld has
I will just
plans.
refer to as horse, kind of like kneels down and is like, I can act on my own, or somebody may ride me, but I will sit here and just, you all can make that choice. And so the horse just chills.
Well, rather depends on exactly how we're getting to the head of the battlefield. I've got experience riding, unless Roshan you want to ride up with.
No. Help them get up toward me and then join me. And Roshan, by them, Roshan meant Nyx and Nana.
I don't think I have no idea what you just said to me, Joshua.
What?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. My headphones are a
Oh.
weird thing.
Uh-oh.
I heard my name.
I just meant I told the horse to get us or to get Nyx and Nana into the battle and then join me.
I'm going to take a bird.
I'm sure horse can fly. Horse made of air.
Gonna pull a prayer bead and cast branding smite upon himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I assume that will also be happening right before we pop off. When the tree move, that
Yeah,
gets
when the
cast.
tree move, yeah. When the tree move, Nana will be putting on the poison on her blade, not before that. Besides that, I guess Nana can take horse, and that frees up Nyx to go with birds. Roshan is
I believe Nana
booking
was
it up to
already
the front.
on the horse. Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool.
There's an
Cool,
extra bird if somebody wants it.
cool. Ooh.
Keld might want it.
Held, you don't need it. We're going fast.
Yeah,
Oh,
we going
okay.
fast.
What's our
You
plan?
are going to be hasted, but also
Give it to
I'm
one of
teleporting
the
you right there.
Okay, shit. Cool.
give it to
Um,
one of the others.
They don't need to fly up to the front.
mm-mm.
They're going to be in the back part.
Then let it stay with them.
I'll take charge of my bird. That works.
When
Okey-dokey.
Gunhild
Mhm.
started doing the her poison, Keld's gonna put on his oil of sharpness on his sword, and he's gonna chug his potion of hill giant strength.
Okay.
And as we're getting ready to head out, he's going to give the hot iron a nice hug, give him a death ward,
Okay.
and then he's going to hug Nyx and give her a death ward.
Okay. 2 death words in play. All right. It is, actually, I will take this. Nyx, you take this staff and go over and touch, the tree of best note to you. You're like, which one looks like it has the strongest branches and seems sturdy and well? That does not seem sickly in any way. And you eventually pick one and place your staff against it. And the magic is unfamiliar to you in a way, as it is this beautiful light green tinged at the end with gold that kind of like flicks out like little fireflies at the end as life begins to imbue into this tree. And what I know the answer, but I think it's still funny to ask, what language does this tree know?
You know,
That would be so
it's
funny
gonna
if it's something funny.
it's gonna speak primordial, so
Oh
it can only talk to
yeah.
me. It's just talking in water sounds.
Perfect. It knows how to speak directly to Nyx, and that's really all it needs. Comes up sloshing around, just really wet mouth noises as it is brought to life in the loudest display of roots ripping themselves free from the dirt. The nearby tree goes,
and
oh
we're moving.
no, and falls down. And as you turn your focus back, you can see that Sunny is already standing there, hair half cut now, a bit of an alternative look, as she digs her teeth into her wrist and tears out the vein there. And you watch as Iker engulfs the blade. I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
All right, boys, let's do this.
Remember, this will probably be a little bit of a slow going, but we'll do our best. Okay. Does anybody have 20 to 25?
26.
Okay.
I mean, that wasn't within your range, but that's where I am.
But I'll still take it.
Yeah.
I guess I'll still take it. Um, okay. Oh, my lid broke.
Oh no.
Uh, 15 to 20.
18.
19?
Ooh, was that 19 or 18 for you?
19.
18 for me.
Josh, what is your dexterity modifier?
+1.
Okay.
I'm also at 19 for Nyx,
And what's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
Okay. Nyx will
Uh,
go before Roshan.
would you also like tree and birds in this time frame?
They, for my sanity, all of that bullshit goes on your turn. That's none of my
Fantastic.
business.
Thank
It all
you.
happens on your turn. At
It
the
was
end of
all
your
in this.
turn,
It was all the same chunk of time. So
yeah, at the end of your turn, we'll say
great.
tree goes, then birds go. That will be our order.
Got it.
And if we vary from that, oops. But that's when it'll happen. Okay, making sure I'm not leaving any of these assholes behind. Okay. 10 to 15.
Oh, killed, buddy.
Okay. 1 second. And also put
I'm not fast.
put Nana there.
I am not fast.
Oh shit, we're doing this?
So yeah, Nyx, then Nana, then Roshan. Is that what it was?
Oh no,
Or is
sorry.
it?
I am 18. I am not 19.
That's why I did that. Cool.
I am sorry.
Uh, so Roshan and then 18. Mhm. And then you go. The longest initiative list I've ever seen.
Oh god.
And then you go.
Longer than the family D&D game.
No, that one was, well, actually,
It might
it's
be
getting
actually.
it's pretty similar.
That's
Um,
horrific.
Side info, my family and I went on vacation once and we played 12-player D&D. Maybe I'll talk about it one day with everybody who
Yes,
had
please.
never played before. And it was something.
That sounds so cool.
It was pretty cool. Um, um, 5 to 10. Hey, what do you
Oh,
got, kid?
buddy.
Bro.
Buddy.
4.
Okay.
I get it. Save the other D20 for something more important.
You just can't win.
Yeah, sometimes the dice tell a story, and sometimes that story means you don't go first.
It's always about balance.
Did you
Right.
roll the soup dice for that?
No.
Oh my
Okay.
I
god.
rolled one of
Okay.
my cat dice.
And I don't know what to tell you. The tray's cursed.
That's what I'm starting to think.
Maybe angle your rolling mat differently.
I'm going to try just rolling on the table.
Okay. And then, what's your dexterity modifier, Keld?
+2.
Okay, I'll put you first.
I beat somebody.
You may have beat a couple people. Uh,
Wow.
is it people you wanted to beat? Maybe not,
I don't know. Oh no.
but
Was it my boy?
shit, my boy.
My boy.
Uh, he actually goes in initiative before you. I just want, if we're able to see this. God, I hope we are.
We're
This
not.
is.
Not even close.
Jesus.
I don't want you to be able to read it. This is like the initiative list.
Oh,
Wow.
This
that's
that's
Jillian, we appreciate everything you do for us.
you.
Yeah,
You
you're
all
super great. We
better.
appreciate you. We do.
Neat. I'm glad you all appreciate me. Let's start a little combat for funsies.
For
Let's get everybody one round.
funsies.
You see, same as last time, some things just stick to the story. Um, Bosch looks back towards you as his hand begins to reach under his cloak, and you see a flash of this orb before these walls of stone and dirt rip out of the ground and encircle him. And there are a few that smatter the field, including around Sunny. who casually gets to be behind one. With that, we will start at the top. Fen, you are up.
Can I use my initial movement to get an angle on either Sunny or Bosch?
It is impossible for you to get an angle on Bosch. What is your movement?
My base movement is 45, but I get an additional 10 for the first round of combat, so 55.
If I recall, last time you had to put some stank on it, but I may be mistaken. Sure, I'll be boosting her AC, but
But I have
um,
sharpshooter, so
sure, go for it then.
all right. So Fen would like to roll out with his full movement, first round of combat, dread ambusher, get an angle on Sunny, use his bonus action to hide, and hopefully he can accomplish that, being only lightly obscured.
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead and roll stealth for me.
okay, because he's got the wood elf thing with
Mm-hmm.
being able
Yep.
to hide. Okay, and that is a 23 to stealth.
Okay. You will not have advantage on the shot.
Okay, um,
That's my first crit of the day, boys.
cool.
I just, the people should know.
All right, 3 arrows towards Sunny. A 24, a 19 on the die, plus the 13, and a nat 20.
Okay, go for it.
So let's do the nat 20 first with the Dread Ambusher and the Branding Smite, but no sneak attack because I don't have anything to get sneak attack from.
Mhm.
Plus, sorry, this is a lot of math.
I have no good
Uh,
commentary. I just got here.
well, 40 points of damage on the 40 points of damage on the nat 20. Do any of the
That's
others hit?
wild.
Do any
Oh
of
yeah,
the
they
others
all.
hit?
Yeah, they all
Oh,
hit.
Hell
oh, they
yeah.
all hit. Okay,
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
they all hit.
So 14 points of damage on the other one, and uh 7 points of damage on the last one.
Okay. Arrows rain across the battlefield. Astounding when you have two arms, you can do some horrific things in combat. Arrows whoosh, make their way across. Fen, you are content that they made contact, even though you don't have really good line of sight on her. You think you made contact with at least one of them. So you have that going for you.
That is the end of Fenn's turn.
Okay. Something goes. You watch as then two creatures of Iker begin to stand to move in on you. No, I don't want to play that game, ad. I'm good, thank you. You're not sponsoring us. This thing's mouth dangling, like this warbling tongue, and these just like soft, terrible little whimpers and like whines coming out of its mouth as it begins to make its way forward. They are going to dash, starting to close the distance with all of you. So they see a larger group. They're heading towards it currently. Um, that's what they're up to. It is now Bosch's turn. Okay. That is Bosch's turn. Nyx, Roshan, Nana, your gambit is up. Nyx, you're first.
Okay. Well, I'd love to be on a bird, for one.
Sure.
That'll start flying after my stuff.
Nah,
I think.
it'll move on your turn. It'll if you're
Okay.
riding one, it'll move on your turn. But it'll
Okay.
take actions after your turn.
Great.
To
Then
some
it's
extent. I'm not
it's
going
going
to
to
be able
fly.
at it. Okay.
So it's one of them. Its whole thing is just going to be flying the full 80 plus another 80 for its action.
Okay.
Actually, we'll do that for both of the birds.
Yeah.
Get them super far. Nyx then should be able to see Sunny, I hope, being in the air like that over her.
Yeah, with
160.
yeah, with 160 feet, sure.
So we've faced her a lot. Does she seem like somebody Blight would affect? Because I've been avoiding it for everything else here. But Sunny's the most human.
You're gonna have to follow your heart on that one.
Sweet. It's my best damage spell, guys, so we're gonna do it.
I feel like it's more likely to hit her than Bosch, honestly.
Oh, I'm not touching Bosch with Blight.
Mm-mm.
Never. It's a Constitution saving throw, DC 20.
That would be my second nat 20 of the night.
Jesus.
Good for her.
I know. She deserves this.
No.
Boo!
Calls.
Rude.
Well, either way, she's getting it.
Yeah, fine. Cries in the corner.
She'd still take half if it affects her, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, she still takes damage. And it's necrotic?
Yes. So 33 halved. So 16.
And then I will half it again.
It's fine. Still does a little for her.
Still does something. You think, based on now that you've gotten to send the spell off, this would have done full damage for whatever she had rolled and what have you, if this arm, like her, like Icar scenario, had not started.
Got it. That's all Nyx can do. So then we move to the tree,
Yes.
who can move a whole 30 feet.
Doosh, doosh, doosh. The tree makes its way forward.
With 30 feet, is there anything for it to hit?
No. It could dash and then it'd be near something.
Is there something in range within 180 it can throw a rock at?
You can throw it rock. You'd be throwing like a piece of a log probably at this point.
Yeah.
But there's certainly things within range. They would be things of Icar and what have you, but you're welcome to throw something at one of them.
I would love to throw a thing at one of them.
By all means.
Go, tree, go.
That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Need a good strong name for this tree.
33, 39 bludgeoning damage.
You
From the
watch
tree.
as a mostly black mist is formed. um, almost outright felling this guy who is now just like kind of like 1/4 of his body if you like bisected it long ways. It's just part of him still standing, like 1 hit point worth of him still standing.
Beautiful.
Um,
That's it.
Perfect. Okay. Roshan, you're up. Nana, you are up next. The horse will act
Uh,
on your turn, Nana. So just so you know.
Got you.
Horse, your turn. Or
uh,
whoever's turn he's vibing with. Anywho.
Roshan will turn to Nana and give her a little thumbs up and give her a bardic inspiration. And then he's going to lay his hand on Keld's back and teleport us to Bosch.
So is this
Hell
dimension
yeah.
door?
It is the door between dimensions.
Yes, buddy! By the way, that bardic inspiration, is that a D8?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, where exactly do you want to land?
Oh, it's a D10. I'm a better bard today, guys.
Nice.
Be a better bard today, everyone.
I would like to land with Held between me and Bosch.
Solid.
Okay. Are you putting Keld like right next to Bosch, or are you giving him space? I'm just trying to visualize it for me.
Yeah, I think Roshan would give him a little bit of space because he doesn't want to crowd the orb and have Keld accidentally kill everyone in the world. He would feel
Yeah.
so bad about that, so...
We'd feel
And
bad for him
there's
too.
currently a wall, right?
You guys are inside of a wall, yes.
Oh, we're in his wall?
Yes,
Yeah,
you have been
I'm
moved
assuming you're
inside
in
of
the
his wall.
wall.
Oh, we're on his
Yeah,
dick.
we are
Okay.
Yes, you are
inside
on
because
his dick.
I don't have to have line of sight.
Wow.
As long as I know where I'm going, I can go. And here we are. And that's the end of my turn.
Just where I wanted to be.
I can only assume, Roshan, just for safety reasons and for my peace of mind, to make you not roll something because I want to. You put yourself as close to the wall as you physically could, so that when you land, somebody doesn't stumble forward ever so slightly and just bop the orb a little bit. So you guys are just
Yeah.
right at the wall. Even though it's very funny to me to make you roll for that, but I won't. For my amusement.
Roshan
Suck it in.
did think about that. Yeah.
Roshan, now that you're getting to see the orb again for the first time in, who knows how long, actually. And this is your first time seeing the orb not exactly active. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you just take in your scene.
24.
24. There's something that becomes apparent to you. Whether it was earlier or not, it is solidified in this moment. The orb not being active currently, you get just a glimpse of what Bosch is doing, and it is something that he is connected to. You do not think you would be able to activate this orb. You are immediately incredibly sure of that. You do not think you could activate the orb. If the orb is not active, you cannot set the fire free. Anywho, that's something I'll let you marinate on. Um, hey, you almost stopped it last time.
Yeah.
Bless you. Uh, bless you, other person.
Whoever that was, God bless you.
May
God bless your
Yord
citizen.
bless you in these trying times. Okay. And then Nana, you are up. You're on a horse.
I'm on a horse. Take a good long look at this wind-made horse. Nana is going to, I'm guessing, just make her way forward with the intention of getting to Bosch once the wall is no longer an issue. Thanks to the horse being fast, I'm thinking, probably just going to make her way through these enemies, I think she will try to take a swing on one of them in passing, but I don't think she's going to try to let them hold her up. I think.
Okay, you're welcome to veer off and take swings at one of them, or a couple of them, whatever your plan
Mhm,
is.
mhm.
As you continue forward, the horse, currently in this moment, knows I am supposed to take you there. So that's its
Yes.
current goal. It is
Yes.
dashing.
Yes.
It is going to move you like 180 feet.
Fantastic.
So it begins to move forward. You can go ahead and take your attacks against. There's one that kind of looks like a spaghetti noodle currently, and then there's one that looks fine.
Fantastic. Very fun. Very cool. Very fun. Okay, give me a second. All right, I've got 3 attacks, and I'm going to use them. It's all gonna be on the short sword of lawns. Yep, yep, yep. Gonna hang on to my spell slots for that. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, here we go. Attack. Do you want me to do all 3 attacks in one go? Do you want me to split them up?
How about you know what? Let's see if the first one hits, and then we'll
Cool.
talk about the other 2.
Understood. First attack. Probably not 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Oh, I'm pleasantly surprised. That's fantastic.
You fell the noodle. It had 1 hit point. Now you can roll your other 2 together.
Magnificent. Okay, I'm down for that. And you know what? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we do here. All right. Okay, cool. Okay. That is another 14 to hit
Okay.
and haha, a 27 to hit.
Both of those hit.
Fabulous, fabulous. So on the first one, I would like to pop the trip attack and add on a D10. Is that right? Yes, a D10 of damage in addition to that first one.
Okay.
That one is gonna get. Oops. That one will make a reappearance in Marvel's The Avengers. Fantastic. Okay.
Also not sponsored.
Also not sponsored.
I said no. They asked me, and I said no.
You know what? I appreciate your commitment. It's fantastic. All right, so we've got 12 points of damage for that guy, and for the other.
Well, you did
Right,
trip
because
attack.
right, I did do trip attack on that.
What does he roll?
He rolls. Beep beep boop. Strength saving throw. Do you want
He
me to give you the
fails,
DC?
so no.
Cool. So he is prone.
Okay, so go ahead and roll 1 more d20 just to see if you crit,
Cool. Okay.
because you would have gotten advantage on this attack.
Nice. I do not crit.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage for the second hit.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. The other one. Yeah. That's just gonna be 11 points of damage.
Okay. You move by, swords in hand, and just
Shung, shung, shung.
quick swipes. You see that this horse has no intent of stopping, and you have to time
Yeah.
it pretty well.
Yeah, I had that feeling riding this horse. I feel like Nana gets the vibe of a horse that is full in gallop and will not be turned much. She rides with that.
And the horse continues its way forward. Is there anything else?
I think the only other thing she does. Yeah, as a bonus action, does she have sights at all on Sunny? Within 90 feet?
What's the range?
90 feet.
Sure.
Ooh! Yeah, bonus action Hunter's Mark on Sunny because she's the first major target visible that I can get a hit on, and if I need to change my target, I can do so with a bonus action. And
Okay.
having done all my movement and my action, my bonus action, I am done.
Okay. That is the end of your turn. Sunny is going to use a legendary action and level it at you. Um, Puts a hand like against the wall and kind of like spits and just flicks her fingers, and an orb begins to form at the end, and it kind of stretches itself out, forming into a circle, and it goes and it makes a copy of itself smaller than the one you encountered last time, but a small circle encompasses around you, and necrotic energy explodes from beneath you and the horse's feet. I
Okay.
need con saves from you and horse.
Horse and me.
Next session, horse will not be my responsibility, but it is now because I didn't hand it over.
Understood. Understood. Con save for me. Nice.
Ooh,
23.
look at you, horse. Okay. Um, Go D&D Beyond, roll. Okay, you and horse are going to take 15 points of necrotic damage as this energy just bursts beneath your feet. I'll make a note of horse losing hit points. That's her legendary action. And okay, it's time for an important roll, I think.
Here we go.
Let's roll stealth first. Okay. And then Sunny will roll perception. Okay. Nana, you have a pretty good view of Gunhild becoming corporeal and bringing this dagger around to stab up and under into Sunny's rib cage. Um, she gets her attack with advantage. She has to hit Sunny's current armor class. What do you add to it, Gertie? Hard to miss, but we did before. So we can. She's going to cast Shield. She doesn't need to. Nana, you watch a blip in time happen. You almost can perceive this going a very similar way as it did last time, where it does not make contact with Sunny. And there's a moment you blink and just Gunhild is in a slightly different position, and the dagger is stabbed up under Sunny's ribcage. Lets out this
Yes!
horrible scream.
Yes!
She is going to take 147 points of damage. And you watch Sunny fall.
Oh,
But for how long?
but for how long, right? But still, but still.
Savor it. Just enjoy it.
Okay. And because, why not? Give me a con save, Sunny, for the people in the back.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay. That's Gunhild's turn. As she stares down at Sunny and like flicks the dagger a bit and is just like, you can see on her fucking face, she's like, everybody was doing all that hyping me up bullshit. So fucking annoying. And she's like, as
We'll see how things go from here.
she stands over the body of her enemy.
I hope she thinks that we're needless worrywarts. I hope that's the end takeaway of this day. I hope she thinks that we're pansies.
Oh, she didn't just think that today. That's not a new think thong. But at that, with that victory, some more creatures begin to rise and move upwards. These ones, advantageous. Two of these are going to. Nah, based on this battlefield, all four of these are going for Fen.
I accept.
Thank you. It wasn't a question, but thank you.
No, consent, enthusiastic, positive consent is important.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
not here, girlies.
No, not in combat, girly.
I don't want y'all's enthusiastic consent here.
Is this non-con combat?
This is non-con combat, everybody. Welcome.
There's the episode title.
It is certainly not. I need to lower you a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, if only. If YouTube were cool.
I don't think I'm that cool. I think
Fair.
it's me who's not that cool. Four
Point.
creatures are going to move towards Fen. Creatures, bodies held together with ichor, terrible long claws of bone. All four move in on you. I get a plus. And what's your armor class, Fen? Just so I can pop this out.
18.
18. Okay. Okay, that's a 19. Okay, one of these guys is going to hit. 2d8. There she is. Go ahead and take 6 points of piercing damage for me.
Done.
That is these creatures' turn as they just begin to swarm you.
I would love to use my reaction to disengage and move 15 feet further up towards where Sunny fell.
Sure.
We ain't getting swarmed today, buds.
Here he comes. You can see the trio, the new trio. The hot iron like looks to Mizroan, the mother of the sworn, and she like as she pulls out this humongous sword. Like the sword is longer than Roshan is tall. Like gets this sword out and at the ready. The hot iron is the first to move forward, and he is going to move forward his normal movement And then he is going to hold in position and ready to strike once something closes in and engages with him. So he's not going to dash towards it, but he holds his ground and prepares to fight. That is his turn. Sunny is going to make a death saving throw. Okay. That's Sunny's turn. Two other creatures, three more creatures stand up. They are going to go engage with the hot iron. And you watch as he holds position. And as these things come in, he takes a strike and brings his sword down on the first one, pushing it past him. He turns to the side as claws rake past him, and he uses his shield to push the other one out of his way, dodging all three attacks.
Full confidence in this boy.
He got this.
As the Varguli take to the skies.
Hmm.
Held, it's your turn. Bosch stands before you, and he just sort of like looks over at you. And you can see the orb has just taken to the air and begins to slowly spin in front of him. And you can see that his eyes have gone dark, and he just looks over in your direction, a little shocked, but not much. He's like, oh, like somebody just like came to his house unexpected. He's like, oh, what a surprise, is kind of the energy.
A surprise.
I haven't even got the kettle on.
All right. So, what's our distance like if we were
You
against the
can get
wall?
there definitely within your movement.
Okay.
This
Um,
wall is like within like 5 feet of this guy. It is not a like big circle. You can easily get to him.
And I can confidently swing at him and avoid the orb.
Now, confidently is one thing, my friend. If you give me a nat 1,
Hmm.
we're hitting the orb.
Hey, no soup dice.
Yeah.
No soup dice.
No,
If
no, no.
you give me a nat 1, the orb may break.
Ah,
Don't forget, you still have your extra d20 to roll.
yes.
But it must be called at the top. It is like advantage.
Hmm.
It cannot be rolled after the fact. Of being like, oopsie poopsie, I killed everybody. No, no.
Okay.
We
All right. Cool. It is not a nat 1. It is a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Make sure I'm mathing right. Yeah. Wait.
If you're in the
20.
20s, I believe you're hitting.
Yeah. I'm just need to make sure I can math. It's 29. Anyways.
It's important to me that you know, Jillian, it's a 29.
It's important to me
Understood.
that I know how to do simple math.
It's important to me that I can count to the 20s.
Yeah.
It's really important to me. Go ahead and give me damage. Are you putting any stank on it?
Yes. Keld is going to come in as hot as he can with our. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stick to Divine Smite.
Because the other one can be a bonus action, so don't even worry about the other ones if you've already rolled. Don't worry about it. We'll talk later. I'll meet you a few yards that way and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Also, just to be clear, he is currently not undead. Currently, somehow, still a living person.
Gotcha.
Weird.
All
Not
right.
like, well.
So that will be 27 points of damage.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me of that one thing.
Then you have your second attack and your hasted attack.
Yes.
Mwahaha.
Um. So
Give it to me.
close, close. Oh, skewy.
I bet it is.
17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Okay.
Okay, damn it.
One more attack.
And my hasted attack. 30 to hit.
30 hits.
Yes.
Oh, if only it was a called shot. I could have done some dumb shit.
What do you mean?
Remember,
The
I
thing
said
you were
if you
talking about before.
was joking about for that called shot, if you hit a 30, you could say
Oh
that
yeah.
that was
Oh yeah, shit.
Aw,
God
damn it. Well, now you know what the threshold is.
Yep. And now I know I can do it. Okay, guess we'll just stick to okay, so am I only able to use one of my divine smites?
You can use as many as you want to, like per hit. You can use one per hit, as
Okay.
long as you have the spell slots for it. It doesn't cost you anything besides spell slots and hitting.
Cool. Just like, hold on. Okay, so
Which level did you use?
21, I used it first level.
Okay. Another 21 points of damage. What do you think your divine smites look like when they make contact with Bosch?
Probably like tendrils of light sort of trying to dig into all that gross necrotic stuff that is him.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Keld?
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. You watch as Ms. Roan, the mother of the sworn, I think it is only fair to say her full name every time, and I shall. She moves in and makes her way over to where the hot iron is, and you watch as this sword arcs through the air and just completely crushes one of those things straight into the ground, just flat as a pancake. And she turns and she goes and hits into another one, and you watch as its body goes flying. Just a beautiful, like perfect arc through the air as it like hits and skids. Um, that is her turn, followed by Danelle, who strolls forward to join her team and looks over at the rest of you that have moved in. And she does like a bit of a salute, and you watch as her body begins to shift and fire begins to lick up the side of her face. As a bonus action, she is going to wild shape into a fire elemental, and as an action beforehand, she casts Wall of Fire and puts it around where you are, blocking them off from you. As you are now split from the other team and the corrupted creatures that are beginning to swarm around them, that is where we are going to stop for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. If you want to see more of that story, you can head over to youtube.com/the dice cult. If you want to see more of us, you can follow us at Backs of Gods on Instagram. If you want to follow all of us, you can follow us at The Dice Cult on Instagram and Blue Sky. If you want more but really though, Jillian, you can join us every other Thursday. It won't be this Thursday, it'll be the following Thursday, where we are playing Gossamer Vale, which is a Celtic mythology inspired campaign. Our heroes have just started their first adventure, bright eyed, bushy tailed, maybe not as bright eyed or bushy tailed anymore, but they at least maybe started that way. Maybe at least one of them started that way. Um,
At
and
least one of
I'm
them, yes.
and I'm sure they, as a team, will find their way forward and finish their job they were hired to do
Yeah.
whenever that happens. Good luck to them. But you can join us for Gossamer Vale every other Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want beautiful dice, as you see, my beautiful dice roll me beautiful nat 20s today, a gift, a blessing, because they understand story.
They
And
do.
I assume they will continue to do such because I asked
Mm,
them very nicely. But if you
mm-hmm.
want beautiful dice that beautiful tell story, you can head to the link below in the chat or in the box to get some beautiful dice if you're a DM, absolutely obliterate your players, and if you are a player, good luck. Uh, at least you'll have pretty dice. Um, Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you guys the story. We will be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.